We have to do this. It's a bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast here on SummitCitySports.com. We are live at Mahoney Arena, a matchup between the Northside Legends and the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. These two teams not very far away from each other. Northside right here next to, not close to Clinton Street, not very far away, not right on Clinton Street, kind of on State Boulevard, if you will, but Dwenger right down Clinton Street. It's probably about a 5-minute drive from here for the Dwenger Saints. Anyway, the Northside Legends have been one of the most improved teams in the area this year, possibly the most improved team in the SAC this year. They had won 4 straight until they ran into the Carroll Chargers this past Tuesday night. They gave Carroll a good game in that one, but it was Ryan Preston who hit the essential game winner in the end, and Carroll held on to win it 66-63 in that particular game. They're in action tonight against Northrop. They'll be in action tomorrow against Carmel. But before that loss, Northside had won 4 straight, bouncing back from what was a 4-8 record. They evened their record up at 8-8 on the season. They'll try to even their record up again today against this Bishop Dwenger team. And Northside is led by a lot of young talent. You know, Gary Andrews, he's been the head coach here for 3 years. His first 2 years, the team did struggle, but Andrews has had some good coaching seasons in his career, particularly when he coached the girls basketball team at Bishop Luers to multiple state championships. And this year, this young team of athletes has been producing some good stuff on the court. In fact, 5 of their players are averaging double figures, including the freshman Bronte Johnson. They call him Tay-Tay. 17.4 points per game is what he's averaging. Second leading scorer is Jordan Green. He's a sophomore, averaging 12.3 per game. Brayshawn Bassett averaging 11.5. He's also a sophomore. And, of course, you've got the junior Rodney Woods averaging 11.5 points per game. Now for Dwenger, they have some more experience as far as their starters are concerned. They've only got one guy averaging double figures, but he's a heck of an athlete. Brendan Lytle averaging 13.1 points per game. He really engineers things when he's on the court, averages 3.9 assists per game. If he gets it going, this Bishop Dwenger team can be tough to beat. Now, they played a close game earlier this year against Blackhawk Christian, Bishop Dwenger did, and even though they lost, it was a single-digits loss. They kept Blackhawk Christian, I believe they kept them under 60 points for that game. And they did a similar thing last year, played a close game against Blackhawk Christian a year ago. They've kind of made a habit out of that in recent years. They're coached by Matt Kostoff. He's a longtime head coach. I believe Kostoff is in his 22nd season as the head coach at Bishop Dwenger. He was an assistant coach under Chris Johnson when Johnson coached at Dwenger. Of course, Johnson now the head coach at Homestead and is doing such great things over there. They're number 1 in Class 4A, by the way, and they could be a tough out for just about anybody, not only in the SAC, but also when we get to sectional and regional play. Who knows, they might even be good enough to get to a state championship. Chris Johnson has won one of those. But anyway, speaking of championships, Matt Kostoff has won 4 sectional championships in his career as the head coach at Bishop Dwenger, and he's added 2 regional championships to that. Those regional championships came in back-to-back years, both in 2014 and 2015. Now, a year ago, Dwenger went 6-17, kind of bouncing back from that this year. They're 9-9 on the season, so they'll improve off their win total from a year ago. They already have improved off their win total from a year ago. Now, in case you're wondering, we are in the JV game right now. The varsity game is set to start about 20 minutes after this JV game gets done. It's a score of 63-62. Dwenger in favor in the JV game. And they are in overtime, and looks like Dwenger just forced a turnover. And there is 36.1 seconds left to play. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome back to By-Hay Arena. The JV game has come to an end. It was Northside who won that one 64-63. The varsity game will start in about 20, maybe 30 minutes. We got a Champions Together game going on. It's a collaboration between the Special Olympics and the IHSAA. So they've got 10 minutes on the clock, and that's how long that game will go. At least that's how much time will be on the clock for that particular game. While we have a moment, we'll go ahead and get in a word from some of our sponsors that allow us to come do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you to find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com for more information. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit elaztecarestaurant.com for more information. iCryo specializes in whole-body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. While we have a chance, we'll announce to you the starting lineups for both teams. For Bishop Dwenger, they'll be starting Xavier Nolan, Brendan Lytle, C.J. Piper, Preston Ross, and Owen Shively. And for Northside, Isaiah Moore will get the start at guard along with Bronte Johnson, Brayshawn Bassett, also at the guard position. Jordan Green will play the small forward position, and Rodney Woods will be the fourth guard for the Legends. There's some games on our Summit City Sports Network that have gotten started. See if we can get a check-up on some of those. Yet Carroll and Northrop have gotten started. Carroll's leading that one 4-2. I'll have their game tomorrow against Carmel. Carmel is the second-ranked team in Class 4A, by the way. Blackhawk Christian with a lead over Cathedral at this point. It's 7-4. Blackhawk Christian, the #1 team in 2A, and Cathedral is the third-ranked team in Class 4A. Only 2 losses on the season for Cathedral, only 1 loss on the season for Blackhawk Christian. That was to another Class 4A team. That was Homestead who beat them earlier this year. That was at Homestead High School, by the way. We'll be back after this break. You are watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We believe in sharing positive stories and are excited to set the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Basketball is such a reactionary sport, and we talk all the time about your first 3 steps are the most important: powering out, exploding, the things that they're teaching our kids with changing direction quicker, getting a stronger core. Those things have been very valuable for our athletes. Everything that Parkview Sports Medicine has done has been very applicable to what we do on the court. We're learning how to control our bodies, and that's something that I think our girls have really benefited from. Some of our girls who had some speed and quickness now are becoming more explosive.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome back. We are in the middle of a Champions Together game right now. This is between Champions Together representing Northside and Homestead. Now, this game that's about to take place right before us here at Bahia Arena is between Northside and Bishop Dwenger, 2 teams not too far from each other, both part of the SAC, of course. Now, I want to correct myself from earlier. Bishop Dwenger is 7-7 on the season. They fell to 6-7 after going through a 4-game losing streak, and there were some tough games in that gauntlet, going up against teams like Carroll and Blackhawk Christian, Snyder. They're a young team, Snyder is, but they're doing better than I think a lot of people expected, considering all the talent they graduated from a year ago when they won their sectional championship. So Bishop Dwenger had to go through that gauntlet, but then they took on East Noble back on Wednesday night. They won that one. 62-32 was the final. They'll look to get back over 500. They'll do that if they can beat Northside here tonight at Bahia Arena, but Northside is trying to get back to 500. They've finished under 500 the last couple of years. They, of course, experienced all those great seasons under Shabazz Khalik when he was the head coach. I believe he was the one who coached Keon Brooks before he went off to Kentucky. Of course, after this game, Northside will go on the road 5 days from now. That'll be on Wednesday when they take on Mishawaka. Then they'll be right back at it against the SAC. Their SAC finale when they take on Bishop Luers a week from tonight. And there's a couple of non-conference games against Kokomo and Churubusco. For Bishop Dwenger, after this game, there's a good number of games left to play. They're on the road at Blackford tomorrow. That's a 7:30 start. And then coming up on Wednesday, they'll take on Leo, a non-conference game. Leo out of the Northeast 8 Conference. And then they will take on Northrop a week from tonight. Dwenger will. And then they'll go on the road to play New Haven a week from tomorrow. A Saturday evening game, a 7:30 tip. New Haven from the Northeast 8 Conference, just outside the city of Fort Wayne, but still part of Allen County. In fact, it's part of East Allen County Schools, New Haven is. And then Dwenger will be on the road to take on Belmont. That'll be a road game set to start at about 7:30. They got about 2:45 left to play in this Champions Together game, and then the kids will come out here and get their warm-ups. And they'll get closer and closer to the start of this game between the Bishop Dwenger Saints and the Northside Legends. Carroll has opened up a big lead, meanwhile, over Northrop. That's not very far away from us. 13-4 is the lead, and I know that may not sound big, but for the first quarter, early on, 13-4 seems pretty big. And Carroll, that's one of the top teams in the SAC. They're tied with Homestead for the best record in the conference. Blackhawk Christian still leading against Cathedral, but Cathedral is a tough opponent. No doubt they're going to give them a run for their money. Tim Atkinson's over there calling that one. And hoping to get an up. Oh, looks like Bishop Luers and Snyder haven't started yet. Looks like they're doing the anthem as we speak, so they haven't quite started yet. And Wayne and Southside, they were close to starting. Our good buddy Ryan Dellinger's over there for that one. Try to get updates as soon as we can, and we'll get this game started as soon as we can. And the Champions Together game going on right now as we speak. When that's done, the kids will come out to warm up for this game between Bishop Dwenger and Northside. You're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Back here at Bahia Arena on the campus of Northside, the Champions Together game has come to an end. So the Dwenger and Northside players will come out onto the court and do their warm-ups. They'll get 20 minutes to warm up, and then they'll pause things. And I don't know if they'll do the national anthem for this game since they did one before the JV game. We'll see if they end up doing one, and then they'll announce the starting lineups. Of course, Bishop Dwenger trying to get over 500. They had fallen below 500 briefly until they beat East Noble. If they win tonight, they'd get to 8-7 on the season. If Northside wins tonight, they'd even their record at 500. They're riding a 4-game winning streak until they faced Carroll on February 9th. That Carroll team that's going to give some trouble to a lot of teams. Now, we'll see how they do against Carmel tomorrow, but right now Carroll's more worried about what can they do against Northrop, rather. They were leading last time I checked that one. Meanwhile, they have gotten started over at Snyder. Snyder leads Bishop Luers by a score of 3-0. And Wayne and Southside look like they'll be getting started here soon. Yeah, the kids are warming up. It may be a few minutes before they get started for that one. But yeah, Carroll is now up 19-4 over Northrop. And while we have a moment, we'll get in one more word from our sponsors that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do. Here's our title sponsor, Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So now the athletes are out on the court and doing their warm-ups. It will be Bishop Dwenger versus Northside coming up in just a matter of moments. About 19 and a half minutes before this game gets underway. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Back here at Bahia Arena, about 18 and a half minutes before we get things started, both Bishop Dwenger and Northside getting their warm-ups in. I mentioned earlier, both these teams have a few things in common, but one of them is that they have very experienced head coaches. Gary Andrews won multiple state championships when he coached the girls basketball team at Luers. Matt Kostoff, several winning seasons as the head coach here at Bishop Dwenger. He's been coaching over 20 years, if I'm not mistaken, and has won 4 sectional titles, a couple of regional titles. And I mentioned Gary Andrews at Northside. It's been kind of a slow start since he took over for Shabazz Khalik, but this team is much improved after the last couple of seasons where they won a combined 3 games. Legends have won 8 games so far this year. They've got a high-scoring team with 4 youngsters who are averaging double figures. One of those guys is a junior, but leading scorer is Tay Johnson, a freshman. Leading scorer for Dwenger is a senior, Brendan Lytle. He's a multi-sport athlete. He was the quarterback on the Saints football team the last few years, and he did play baseball as a sophomore. Probably would have played baseball again as a junior had there been a season last year. The season was postponed due to COVID-19. I would imagine he probably plans to put on the baseball gear again this coming spring, and that's hoping that the season does happen this year, unlike last year. And, of course, I'm sure Jason Garrett was looking forward to last year, but if I'm not mistaken, he stands to return a good group of players on his Bishop Dwenger baseball team this year. He had a whole bunch of sophomores in 2019 that put together a really good season for the Saints. Well, we'll be back after this break. Actually, before we go, we'll check on some of the other games going on. Blackhawk Christian is up 32-24 over Cathedral, but against a team from Indy that happens to be the third-ranked team in 4A. You've never closed that game out until the buzzer sounds, so we'll keep our eyes on that one. Carroll is putting a whooping on Northrop. 24-4 is the score there in the second quarter. And Snyder, they've jumped out to a 10-3 lead over Bishop Luers. That's still in the first quarter, and looks like Wayne and Southside are still waiting to get things started, but it looks like they might have the announcement of the starting lineups here soon. And we'll have the starting lineups in about 15 minutes. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
Here we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here at Bahia Arena on the campus of Northside High School. They are still in warm-ups for the varsity game. The JV game, if you're just joining us, went into overtime. Northside won that one, 64-63, and then there was a Champions Together game between the JV game and the varsity game, but we will be starting this game in about 10 minutes. We'll see if they do the national anthem. They did one before the JV game, so we'll see if they do it again before the varsity game, and then they'll announce the starting lineups. Well, I reached out to both coaches leading up to this game, and they both had a few things to say regarding this matchup, regarding how their teams have done as well. Reaching out to Gary Andrews, the head coach at Northside, he said, and I quote, "We have really worked on our fundamentals," when talking about his team's improvement from the last couple of years when they won just one game last year, 2 games the year before. He said, and I quote, "We have really worked on our fundamentals. We've had some good young talent, and our kids are working hard and getting better," end quote. And, of course, as I mentioned, the Legends only won 1 game all of last year. They only won 2 games the year before. They are 8-9 this year. They can even up their overall record tonight. I asked him how much of a challenge he expected from Dwenger. He said, and I quote, "Dwenger will be a tough game. They are big and physical and have a couple of good guards," end quote. Kind of blunt, but nonetheless true, especially when you talk about good guards. Brendan Lytle is one of those. He's averaging double figures in points scored this season. And one thing I've seen him do, this was last year during the regular season, a home game against Blackhawk Christian. He knocked down a 3 right over the outstretched arm of one Caleb First, the big 6'10" power forward who will be playing college ball at Purdue next year. I'm sure Matt Painter is looking forward to having Caleb First on his college basketball team. He's been a joy to watch, no doubt, at the high school level. And our old buddy Tim Atkinson is covering his game right now against Cathedral. I'm sure he's enjoying covering that game as well. I also reached out to Matt Kostoff, the head coach at Bishop Dwenger. Asked him about what kind of a challenge he expected from this game. He said, and I quote, "Tonight will be a huge challenge for us. Northside is probably the most improved team in the area over the past month. They are very dangerous on both ends of the floor. They're very balanced." And even went on to say, I think they've got 4 or 5 guys averaging in double figures. Well, I can confirm to you it's 5 guys averaging double figures. So any one of them can get 15 to 20 points on a given night. They can push the ball well and also slow it down and execute in the half court. They are a very unselfish team that always makes the extra pass. Went on to say, and I quote, defensively, they're very aggressive in their full and half-court traps. We need to be strong with the ball, or it could be a long night, end quote. About 7.5 minutes away from getting things started here at Bahia Arena between the Northside Legends and the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. We'll go ahead and update you on some of the games that are going on. They have gotten things started over at Southside. Wayne leads that one. Check that. Southside just took the lead, 10-9 the score over there at Don Reichert Gymnasium. Snyder leads Bishop Luers 25-12. That's two teams that lost a lot of seniors from a year ago, from some really good teams, in fact, that both teams had last year. Luers won the SAC. Snyder won their sectional. And over at Carroll, it is 32-9. The Chargers putting it on the Bruins. And down at Blackhawk Christian, they have evened things up, tied at 44. Cathedral not going away in that one. Blackhawk Christian was up, I think, 9 at one point. They were definitely up by 8 at one point in that game. But they have tied things now. And in watching, it looks like Cathedral's got a chance to take the lead in that particular game. That'll be a game to keep an eye on as we go on tonight. But this game will also be one to keep an eye on. Bishop Dwenger, a well-coached team led by a great guard in Brendan Lytle and Northside. Also a well-coached team with a lot of young talent, especially Tay Johnson. Bronte is his name. He goes by Tay. He's the leading scorer on this team, and he's a freshman. He's a 6'4", shooting guard, small forward, hybrid type of player, if you will, kind of like Darion Brooks at New Haven or Luke Goody at Homestead. You might even throw DeMarcus Hudson, who played at Bishop Luers last year. He's graduated, gone off to college, but a heck of a player he was. I got to cover a number of his games a year ago in Luers' run to an SAC championship. We got just over 5 minutes, over 6 minutes to go, actually. And when we come back after this break, we will be close to the start of this game between Bishop Dwenger and Northside. You are watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Well, folks, we do apologize for the wait, but it looks like we are just about ready to get things started before Bishop Dwenger and Northside. Yeah, I'm looking at the clock. It's showing about 17 seconds left before they have the announcement of the starting lineups and perhaps the national anthem. They did one before the JV game. We'll see if they do it again before the varsity game. But it's Northside set to take on Bishop Dwenger here at Bahia Arena on the campus of Northside High School. Of course, Bahia Arena named after the legendary head coach Bahia. Spent a long time coaching here at Northside. He was a Concordia graduate. I believe he spent some time as an assistant coach at Concordia. He's got a lot of respect in the Lutheran community. Of course, Concordia, his alma mater, is a Lutheran high school. And by the way, I happen to work at a Lutheran ministry. That's how I know how respected he is in the Lutheran community. They are recognizing the senior cheerleaders right now here at Bahia Arena. So we'll turn it over to the PA announcer.
But any time that they get to bond as cheerleaders is always the best of times. Her funniest cheer moment. Anytime that Nell gets mad at a game, it is definitely something to remember and very funny. Advice to younger athletes: just have fun. Life is supposed to be fun, so live it to the best that you can and focus on your sport and your schoolwork. The second cheerleader we'll be honoring tonight is our senior captain, Brianna Jackson. Brianna is escorted by Dad, Brian Jackson, and Mom, Cora Williams. Her future plans are to attend IU Fort Wayne for nursing. She has been cheerleading at Northside for 3 years. Her most memorable moment is receiving leadership awards her first year in cheer. Her funniest cheer moment:
Being at practice and making jokes with her friends and her teammates and coaches. Advice to young athletes: be confident and open-minded, and be a leader. Cheerleaders, thank you so much for the past 3 years that you've dedicated to Northside Athletics.
All right, and now for our starting lineups. First, for the Saints. Coming in at 6'1", a senior, number 4, Xavier Nolan. Another senior on his tail, coming in at 6 foot, number 5, Brendan Lytle. Followed closely by junior, 6'2", 22, CJ Piper. After Piper, number 23, a sophomore, coming in 6'6", Preston Ross. And last among the Saints, another junior at 6'3", 32, Owen Shively. With head coach Matt Kostoff and assistants Brandon O'Leary and Phil Didier. And now for your Northside Legends. First of the Legends, coming in at 6'1", a senior, number 0, Isaiah Moore. Next among this legendary crew, a freshman standing at 6'4", number 3, Bronte Johnson. Following on his heels, a sophomore at 6'1", number 4, Brayshawn Bassett. Followed closely by another sophomore at 6'4", number 11, Jordan Green. And last among the legends at 6'2", a junior, number 12, Rodney Woods. With varsity officials of Nathan Meshberger, Randy Miller, and Tom Newhart. Boys, let's have a great game.
Those are your starting lineups here at Bahia Arena as we are about ready to tip things off between the Legends and the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. Legends trying to get to 9-9 on the season. Saints trying to get over 500. If they win this game, they'll be 8-7. And it looks like it's going to be Preston Ross, the sophomore, at 6'6", set to tip it off for the Saints. And tipping off for the Legends will be Jordan Green, the 6'4" sophomore forward. Plays the small forward role. He's one of the 2 tallest guys on the court right now for the Legends. Tallest player on this varsity roster is Jordan King. He's a freshman. Haven't seen him get in the game at any point this year, but the tip is won by the Saints, and this is Xavier Nolan who wins the tip. Bronte Johnson down the floor with the left hand, couldn't get it to fall. And back the other way come the Saints. That's Piper who comes down with the rebound. And this is Xavier Nolan bringing it across the timeline. He feeds it to Piper. Lytle zips one inside, and it's knocked away. Jordan Green with the takeaway, trying to finish at the other end. A little bit too strong. Owen Shively pulls down the board for Dwenger, and here comes Lytle. He fires a pass to Nolan. Nolan had plenty of space, but was well away from the three-point line. That might be why he chose against taking the shot there. Nolan wanted to shoot the three, now drives inside. Pull-up jumper is short. That was Preston Ross who couldn't knock it down, and Bassett gets the rebound. Johnson feeds along the baseline to Green. They work it around to Bassett. Bassett fires a three. He got it! Brayshawn Bassett from downtown. The Saints will get this one across the timeline, and a foul, I think, is called.
First foul of the game on number 4, his first team.
And indeed, it is a foul. They call that one on Brayshawn Bassett, the guy who just hit the 3 moments ago. And they work this one around to Nolan. Nolan looking inside. Lytle cuts across the baseline. He fires one inside. Spin move by Ross. Lytle fakes the shot. Now pulls up from the free throw line, but it's no good. After a quick bobble, Rodney Woods comes down with a loose ball. Bassett looked like he wanted to fire that thing. Now he does, and he drains it. Brayshawn Bassett with the game's first 5 points. It's a 5-0 lead for Northside, and they force the turnover. Green lofts it to Woods, and Woods puts it home. Back-to-back buckets for the Legends. They're off to a 7-0 start. And we have got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one while they take one here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
Northside leads Dwenger 7-0. Little full court pressure here by the Legends. And the Saints are able to beat that press. Lytle splits a couple of defenders and gets it out to Nolan. Nolan drives down the paint. Up in the air, lost it. It was knocked out of bounds by Northside. Isaiah Moore got a hand on it. And the Saints will keep the possession. Well, Brayshawn Bassett with the first 5 points of the game, and then Rodney Woods scored the most recent bucket. Contested 3 by Nolan, and that's an air ball. Rebound eventually comes to Bassett. It was right off the hands of Woods. Bassett spins around. Little no-look pass to Johnson, and he gets fouled. And Bronte Johnson will head to the free throw line trying to add to the Legends' lead. Southside now leads Wayne 25-22. They're in the second quarter in that one. Carroll's up 40-12 over Northrop. It's 55-48. Cathedral now with the lead over Blackhawk Christian. That's in the third quarter. And here at Northside, Johnson drains the first free throw. He's on the board for the first time tonight. But he missed the second one. Almost knocked away from behind. Ross was able to board it. That was Moore who came from behind trying to force the turnover. Lytle looking down low. Fires it in to Shively. Shively, defender falls down. Shot gets blocked. And then a foul called on the rebound. Rodney Woods grabbed it out of the air. He was fouled, and they're going to call this foul on Owen Shively, number 32, not number 23. And that's the second team foul against Bishop Dwenger, one so far against the Legends. Could have been called a foul there. They didn't call it, though. They're working to the top of the key for Johnson. Johnson, a little crossover dribble, and could not hit the jumper. Saints try to go quick up the floor, and that was out on Dwenger. Nolan might have been out of bounds when he touched the ball. I thought that hit Johnson while he was out of bounds, but it might have been too late by then. Nolan might have already been out of bounds when he touched the ball. So it's Northside ball in the end. Johnson trying to make a move. Here's Moore, feeds it outside to Jordan Green. His pull-up jumper is no good. Halfway down, Northside has had some good looks that they've not been able to capitalize on. And then Dwenger turns it over on the other end off the hands of Shively. Some subs have come into the game. Sam Campbell, I believe, is one of those subs. He's number 20. He's a multi-sport athlete. He's one of the top receivers on the Saints football team this year. Bassett, a contested three, no good. Rodney Woods grabs the rebound, leaning in too strong, ripped away from behind by Green, could not finish, And then a foul call on the shot by Green.
Foul number 3, his first, team's third.
They call the foul on Rocco Sioka. And Jordan Green nails his first free throw. He's on the board for the first time in this game. He's averaging double figures on the season. He's a sophomore. He and Bronte Johnson, or rather he and Brayshawn Bassett are both sophomores. Bronte's a freshman. But those guys could be around here these next couple of years, and if that ends up being the case, who knows, this Northside team could put a really scary program on the floor. Sioka hands that one off to Nolan. Nolan with Johnson on him. Did he dribble on the line? He did. A 10-0 lead for the Legends with 3:43 and counting to go. We are in the first quarter. Now, even with this 10-0 lead, Northside has had a number of shots that were good looks but just wouldn't fall. A little step-back three there by Moore, and it's too strong, and Nolan grabs the rebound. Nolan looking to push, trying to take it himself, and he puts it home. Xavier Nolan, and then right back the other way comes Bassett. Tough shot, no good. Johnson trying to tip it in, and Dwenger takes over. Got a chance to get a little run going, perhaps. Xavier Nolan getting him on the board. And Northside will bring some full court pressure. Lytle got around Bassett, and he almost turned it over. He finds Campbell to get it across the timeline. A three from the corner, no good from Nick Holder, and then Bassett comes the other way. Bassett slows it down, rises up for the jumper, and that's an air ball. And Dwenger will take over. They're down by 8. Speaking of being down, Blackhawk Christian, after being up in the first half, they're down 61-50 to Cathedral. Northrop, they're down 44-19 against Carroll. And Carroll's going to give a lot of teams trouble this year. They have given a lot of teams trouble. And they'll have Carmel tomorrow night. Little shot fake there by Lytle, and a foul called before the shot was taken. I'm sure Xavier Nolan would love to go to the line and shoot 3 free throws, but not going to be the case. Lytle was fouled, and it was before the shot. Only the second team foul against Northside as Dwenger tries to come up with a bit of a run. They did not score on their last possession, but the last bucket belongs to the Saints. I think that was Johnson who blocked the shot there. Lytle has a good look. He fires a 3. It's good. Brendan Lytle knocks down a 3 ball, and the Saints are not going away. They fell behind 10-0. They've made it a 2-possession game. Woods tried to feed it on the backdoor cut to Moore. And now here's Johnson around the screen. Feeds it back outside to Green. And poked away. That's Sam Campbell with the theft. Contested at the rim, no good. Blocked at the rim on the second try. I think that was Green who blocked that one. And a foul is called as Moore was leaning in. And he'll have a chance to go to the free throw line by the looks of things. Jordan Green's going to get a breather here. Into the game comes Shai Wynn. Nope, no free throws. It will be Northside basketball. Also into the game is Ryan Collins. Northside took Carroll down to the wire on Tuesday night, but ended up on the losing end of that one. Blocked at the rim. That's Sioka. Rocco Sioka, the sophomore. And the basket goes for Tay Johnson. And I beg your pardon, Rocco Sioka is actually a junior. Quick down the lane, and that shot's blocked by Johnson, but the putback is good. Rocco Sioka puts it home. A 12-7 lead for Northside. Bishop Dwenger has responded well despite the fact that they fell behind 10-0 in this one. Johnson around the screen, slashes through the lane. 3 ball is short. And Dwenger will take over. Saints able to beat the full court pressure. Here's Lytle down the floor. Left-hand shot, no good. Johnson comes away with the board. Lytle trailing him. Sam Campbell with good help side defense. This will be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it with Northside. I heard somebody calling timeout. They're just going to get a sub in. That's Xavier Allen who's checking into the game. And he'll give Xavier Nolan a breather. Nolan's another one of those multi-sport athletes. We'll probably see him on the baseball field come this spring. He was a catcher back in 2019 when the Saints last had a season. Johnson looks to put it in play. He does. A little step-back jumper by Moore. No good. And tipped into the hands of Allen. We're inside the final minute of the first quarter. Lytle across the timeline. Feeds that one over to Nick Holder. Knocked away by Woods. Woods straddling the baseline. Throws it to Lytle. And another possession for the Saints, down 5. With 20 seconds to go, they can hold for the final shot of the quarter if they choose. Northside jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but Dwenger can make it a one-score game if they get a bucket here. A high screen set by Bo Jackway. Holder inside, feeds it out. That's Allen for 3, in and out. Tip in at the buzzer, it counts. Xavier Allen, Johnny on the spot. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Start of the second quarter, Northside with a 12-9 lead. They jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but right before the half, Xavier Allen had a putback bucket right before the buzzer. They did count it, and Dwenger now has it down to a 3-point game. They're looking for the backdoor cut to Lytle. He wanted to shoot the 3. It's back in Lytle's hands again. Brendan Lytle does have a 3 in this game. He's a guy capable of scoring in the double figures. Good feed there, and the basket's good. Bo Jackway with the bucket. And Bishop Dwenger has made this a 1-point game. They fell behind 10-0 in the early going. Green there to set the screen for Johnson. And here's Woods. He's got Holder on him. Feed to Woods in the corner. He'll use the baseline, trying to go up and under, and Johnson couldn't handle it. Wide open from the corner is Sam Campbell. His 3 off the mark, and they're going to say that Johnson was fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Lytle for that one. The officials trying to make sure that the kids don't keep jawing with each other. He just issued a warning. I guess the next one will probably get him a technical, get somebody a technical, as Isaiah Moore is about to come back into the game. He'll give Brayshawn Bassett a breather. This is Johnson bringing it across the timeline. He feeds that one over to Green. Green averaging double figures on the season. Collins was thinking about a catch and shoot there. A little fake by Moore. Zips it out to Collins. Johnson spinning into the lane. Rises up and could not connect. Hard rebound there by Bo Jackway. Lytle around the screen from Jackway. He fires a three, and it's no good. And Woods collects the rebound. Fires down the floor for Green. And Green able to finish in transition. Northside gets their first points of the second quarter. They are up by 3. Jordan Green up to 4 points in the game. A little shot fake there by Xavier Allen. He's picked up by Woods, gets it back over to Lytle. Backing in is Jackway against Collins. Feeds it back outside. 3-ball, no good by Holder. I check that. That's Holder who commits the foul. I think it was Allen who took the 3.
Foul on number 14 is first, team's fifth.
That's the 6th-team foul against the Saints. And it is on Nick Holder. Carroll's now leading 49-23 over Northrop. Cathedral now leads Blackhawk Christian 74-65. Blackhawk Christian's got a quick turnaround. They play Elevation Prep tomorrow. It's a 3 p.m. start. Here's Johnson, has it taken away. I think Campbell poked it away from behind, and right back the other way for the bucket comes C.J. Piper. And here's Johnson across the timeline. He's picked up by Campbell. Johnson gets away from Campbell. Now he's got Jackway to deal with. Johnson gets to the rim and scores. And he's going to the line for maybe one more.
Foul on number 25, his first.
Tate Johnson had been quiet for much of this game, but doesn't take long sometimes for a great player to get going, and that's what Tate is. He's averaging over 17 points a game, and he's a freshman. He's a freshman who plays both basketball and football, and there was a bit of a transition that took place this week for Northside. They're going to call a lane violation. That free throw will not count. It was announced earlier that Michael Brevard, when I say earlier, a couple months ago, it was announced that Michael Brevard had taken an assistant coaching position at St. Francis. He's going to be the linebackers coach over there under head coach Kevin Donnelly. Ben Johnson was hired to serve as the Legends head coach in his stead. There's a 3 on the other end. Xavier Allen from downtown, and this game is tied. Johnson with the crossover dribble. Northside had a 10-0 lead in the first quarter, and Dwenger has come back to tie it. There's Johnson along the baseline, leaning in, and did he step out? No, he traveled. Either way, it's a turnover, and Dwenger takes over. They've got a chance to take the lead. Been down by as many as 10. In fact, they were down 10-0 at one point in the first quarter. As he came back to make it a 3-point game, that could have easily been called over and back. But the Saints get it across the timeline. This is Piper into the lane. Leaning in. Tough shot, no good. Put back, no good, but Ross was fouled.
Foul on number 12, his first, team's third.
They call the foul on Rodney Woods. It's the third team foul against Northside. And Preston Ross, the sophomore, goes to the line and drains the free throw. Ross getting the start tonight. He's one of 3 underclassmen that is starting this game. Owen Shively and C.J. Piper are the others. And Dwenger has the lead, 18-16, their first lead of the game. Bassett brings it across the timeline, slows it down, feeds it to Green. Green, no good, gets his own miss. And the rebound comes out to Nolan. Nolan leaning in, could not get the roll. Moore racing across the timeline. Nice little behind-the-back dribble there. Moore up and under, and he puts it home to tie the game. Isaiah Moore ties it at 18 apiece. And that's going to be an offensive foul called on Piper. Jordan Green drew the charge, and he got some plenty of pleasant reaction. Congratulations, I should say, from his home crowd. And, of course, nowadays they are allowing fans on a limited basis, mind you, back into FWCS sporting events. For quite a while, the Fort Wayne Community Schools District had not been allowing fans, but they are now allowing fans in, but on a limited basis. Johnson on the drive against multiple defenders, couldn't finish. And Preston Ross, the sophomore, rips down the rebound. Well, he shows a little bit more of that. I'm sure Matt Kostoff will be pleased to give him some more minutes on the court as his career goes on. But double dribble is called against Bishop Dwenger here. Tied at 18 apiece. And we have got 3:26 to go in this second quarter here at Bahia Arena. Northside had a 10-0 lead early in the game. Bishop Dwenger came back to tie and actually took the lead here in the second on a couple of free throws. But now Northside has a chance to take the lead right back. Bassett against two defenders. He scores! Brayshawn Bassett with the reverse. He's up to 7 points in the game. He actually scored the game's first 5 points. We got a foul on the other end of the floor. They call that on Northside. It's on Bassett. And I think that's Bassett's second foul. We still got 2:56 to go here in this second quarter. And not surprisingly, Bassett is going to get a breather. Lytle fires an inbound, and the three is good by Xavier Allen. And a lead right back to Bishop Dwenger. Back and forth we go after what started out looking like a blowout in the making, but Dwenger has responded extremely well. Johnson, the floater, no good. Rebound knocked away. Jordan King couldn't quite grab it. And now here comes Nolan the other way for the Saints. He feeds it inside to Sioka, and it's swatted by King. Did they tag him for the foul, though? I think they did. Oh, Jordan King. Jordan King absolutely rejected that shot with a whole bunch of enthusiasm. But Rocco Sioka is going to get 2 shots at the free throw line and try to add to this Dwenger lead. And Sioka is true on his first one. Rocco Sioka with 3 points in the game. 79-73 over Blackhawk Christian Cathedral with the lead in that one. And they're in the fourth quarter. Sioka's second one no good, and skying for the rebound is Rodney Woods. He fires it to Johnson across the timeline. Screen set by Green. Johnson gets around it. He wanted to feed that over. They're going to call him for traveling. Johnson can't believe it. Well, he'll hang his head and walk down to the other side of the court. Meanwhile, Carroll up 60-32 on Northrop. And did we just get a technical foul? We did indeed. It's on Northside. I think they got Gary Andrews for that one. That's Xavier Nolan who's going to shoot the free throws. Well, I'm not sure what was said, but my guess is the official didn't like it and teed up Coach Andrews, but Nolan unable to connect on the free throw. He misses both of them. And it's an opportunity when you get those technical fouls. Free throws are considered to be freebies, especially when it's on a technical foul. And Nolan just missed 2 of them. Snyder's up 70-43 over Bishop Luers. They're in the fourth quarter in that one. Got a good one over at Don Reichert Gymnasium. Southside leading Wayne 34-32. Just like how it's a good one here with Dwenger leading Northside 22-20. And traveling is going to be the call on Nolan. Well, after a technical foul called against Northside, they had 2 chances, the Saints did, to add to their lead. They missed the 2 free throws, then they turn it over. Now, Matt Kostoff might have a little something to say about that when halftime comes around, especially the turnover. Screen set by Green. He sets it for Moore. Green gets the feed. Had a little trouble with the pass, and he gets fouled on the shot. So he'll go to the free throw line. 1:49 to go in this first half. A pair of free throws coming up here for Jordan Green. He has scored 4 points in the game so far. Hit a couple of free throws in the early going, and he hits this one too. Green's a sophomore. One of 2 sophomores in the starting lineup for Northside, the other being Brayshawn Bassett. 1 for 2 goes Green, and it's still a 1-point lead for Dwenger. Lytle will get it across the timeline. He's picked up by Rodney Woods. Feeds that one over to Nolan. Nolan looks to go baseline. Gets a man in the air and gets fouled. He got 2 men in the air. They're going to call the foul on Isaiah Moore. Well, Blackhawk Christian not dead yet. They're down 5 in the fourth quarter, but that depends on how much time is on the clock. It's 81-76 over there. It's 23-21 here as Nolan was able to knock down the first free throw there. Xavier Nolan's up to 3 points for the game so far, make it 4. The basket is good. We've got a foul after the shot called against Dwenger. They call it on Bo Jackway. That's his second. That's the 10th team foul against Dwenger. So this is going to be double bonus. And that's Jordan Green who's going to the free throw line. It comes with 1:36 left to play in the first half, and Green is able to get the shooter's roll on that first one. Green went 1 for 2 on his last trip to the charity stripe. 4 of his 6 points so far have come from the free throw line, and he hits both. Little full court pressure again by the Legends. Nolan splits the double team. That was contested at the rim. That was poked into the backcourt and out of bounds. Xavier Allen touched it after it had gone out, and a timeout taken by Dwenger. That is their second timeout used in this game. They've got 3 left. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one along with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
A 24-23 lead. And they're actually saying that Dwenger got the timeout off before Xavier Allen stepped out of bounds. So here's Nolan across the timeline, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. They got him for a push-off there with the left arm.
Foul number 4, his second.
That's Nolan's second foul, and since that was an offensive foul, it's not going to put the Legends at the line, although they would be in the double bonus. But again, offensive fouls don't result in free throws. Johnson around the screen, spins inside and puts it home. Nice move by Tay Johnson. He's up to 7 points for the game. He's one of 3 Legends who have reached that total. Sam Campbell back in the game. He feeds that one off to Holder. Campbell Goes away from the Shively screen, trying to use the baseline. Shively, step back three, no good. And Woods races in to grab the board. Feeds it out to Johnson. Well, behind the back dribble with Holder on him. Johnson wants to use the baseline, now feeds that one out. And Woods could not connect, or rather Green. And back the other way come the Saints. Campbell wanted to give that to Lytle. He wasn't across the timeline yet, but now he is. Rodney Woods picks him up. We're inside the final minute of the first half. Down to 12 seconds, in fact, and a foul is called on the drive. So Lytle will go to the free throw line. They call the foul on Tate Johnson. That's his first, and the 8th team foul on Northside, but it looked like it was in the act of shooting, so Lytle should get 2 free throws. Official just said everybody's been warned. Trying to keep things from getting chippy. Well, you want to be an official? It's certainly not easy. But Lytle's able to knock it down. Happen to know a couple of guys who either do work or have worked as referees for multiple sports. Ken Schilf, the executor emeritus of Worship Anew, where I worked during the day, he used to be a referee. Rich Krause, one of our volunteers, he's a referee. Owen Shively with the rebound there. Here's a catch and shoot by Holder, and it's too strong. Johnson with the rebound. Clock winding down. Can Johnson get it off? Gets it up, and he was fouled with 1.3 on the clock, and Johnson will go to the free throw line. Johnson at the line, and his free throw is no good. Second one on the way, no good. That was a chance to give Northside the lead. Did Johnson get that one off in time? They're going to say he did. They're going to count the basket with 1.3 on the clock when he caught it. Apparently he got it off in time. And Northside takes the lead at halftime. That puts Johnson up to 9 points for the game, and that's worth another look. We'll give you another look at it here on the Traction AP replay. This free throw was a chance to give Northside the lead, and you know, on something like this, you better get the shot off quick, and I think Johnson might have gotten off with just enough time there on the clock. Couldn't see the game clock from there, but it looked like he got it off with just enough time on the clock. 27-25, we are at halftime. Before we go any further, we'll get in a quick word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team, specialized in serving every level of athlete, no matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury. Our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Well, we got a good one here at Bahia Arena on the campus of Northside High School. Northside jumped out to a 10-0 lead, but Dwenger has fought back in this one. Actually had the lead at a couple different points, but right now it's Northside who's up 27-25. And I hope to get a word on what went on at Blackhawk Christian. It looked like Cathedral was about to close that one out. We'll try to get a word on that here shortly. Back after this break, you're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? it just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
27-25, Northside with the lead over Bishop Dwenger here at halftime. By the way, we do have an update from that Cathedral Blackhawk Christian game. Cathedral a winner in that one, 86-78 against Blackhawk Christian. Here, of course, the winner's still yet to be determined. Northside started this one out with a 10-0 lead, and then Bishop Dwenger came all the way back to take the lead in the second quarter. But it was Northside who had the lead, who has the lead now that we are at halftime, just up by 2, 27-25. We'll check on some of the other games. Most of the games in the area have gone final. Snyder defeated Lures earlier tonight, 90-51 the final there. Carroll defeated Northrop. I believe the final there was 65-42. And Southside has the lead over Wayne, 52-50. That's a good one over there at Don Riker Gymnasium. I believe Ryan Dellinger has the call for that one, along with Thomas Nolan on camera. Meanwhile, look at the statistics for how this game has gone so far. Leading scorer for Northside is Tay Johnson with 9. Took him a while to get it going, but, sometimes it takes a little while for great athletes to get going, but they can get it going at any moment, and Tay Johnson certainly has. Brayshawn Bassett has 7. Jordan Green also has 7. Isaiah Moore and Rodney Woods are the other two players who have scored. They have 2 apiece. Leading scorer for Bishop Dwenger is Xavier Allen. He's got 8 points. Brendan Lytle has 4. Xavier Nolan has 4. Rocco Sioka has 3. C.J. Piper, Preston Ross, and Bo Jackway all have 2 apiece. We'll go ahead and get a quick word in from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes with specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. We'll be back after this break. You're watching high school basketball here on SummitCitySports.com.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We believe in sharing positive stories and are excited to set the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Basketball is such a reactionary sport, and we talk all the time about your first 3 steps are the most important: powering out, exploding, the things that they're teaching our kids with changing direction quicker, getting a stronger core, those things.
We're just about ready for the start of the second half here at Bahia Arena on the campus of Northside High School. The Legends will get the basketball to start the half. They had that 10-0 lead in the first half, but then Dwenger came storming back, actually took the lead at a couple of different points. But it's Northside who's got the lead right now. And this is Tay Johnson essentially running the point. He's a big 6'4" shooting guard, small forward hybrid type of player, if you will. Little slip pass from Green off to Woods. They move the ball right around the basket, and it's Isaiah Moore who gets the bucket in the end. Moore with his second basket of the game. He's up to 4 points total. And that's going to be a 10-second violation. Just 29 seconds into the first half, Dwenger turns it over on their first possession. And here's Johnson across the timeline as Northside tries to pad their lead and take advantage of this turnover. And slashing in is Moore. He finishes. Back-to-back buckets for Isaiah Moore. It's up to 6 points total, and the Saints get it across the timeline. The pass to Nolan. He feeds Ross against the double team. Out to Lytle. Bassett comes out to guard him. Bassett gets his hands up, almost knocked away. Nolan able to keep control, but he missed the shot. Preston Ross going for the putback, and he was fouled. So Ross will get himself a trip to the free throw line.
Foul on number 11, his first, team's first.
They call the foul on Jordan Green, just his first foul of the game so far. And the free throw is good by Ross. Preston Ross has gotten all his points so far from the charity stripe and couldn't get one there. It's knocked out of bounds. They're going to say Northside basketball. And it'll be Johnson to bring this one across the timeline. He's the leading scorer for this Northside team, not only in this game but on the season. He's averaging over 17 points per game, and he is a freshman. This Northside team has a lot of young athletes that are putting in good minutes on the floor. There's one of them. That's Bassett. Couldn't knock down the three, though. Battle for the rebound. It comes to Moore. He tries to slip it inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. Dwenger ball. I was about to say, this Northside team has a lot of young athletes that are putting in good minutes. They could be scary good when next season comes around. Saints get the ball across the timeline. A little step back three. It's good. Xavier Allen. His third triple of the game. That three on the other end would not fall. Dwenger's down by just 2. Piper lost it, and here comes Moore the other way. Tough shot. He's fouled. They call that foul on Brendan Lytle. That's his third foul of the game. Well, now Brendan Lytle, your starting point guard, who so often is the straw that stirs the drink at Bishop Dwenger. And now he's 2 fouls away from fouling out of this game as Isaiah Moore is able to knock down his first free throw. We got 6 minutes to go in the game, and the second one is good. Moore goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Now, the JV game between these two teams went into overtime. Could we be headed down a same path here in the varsity game? There's a steal by Green. Jumps it like a safety in zone coverage. Allen pokes it away. Green Johnny on the spot, but he turns it over. Drive to the basket by Allen. Left-hand shot, no good. Tate lofts it up the floor for Bassett. Bassett couldn't finish. Went for the up and under. And now back the other way come the Saints. This is Campbell. He slips it backwards to Allen for 3. And it's no good. Ross with a rebound. And Ross puts it in right over the defender. And there's a steal by the Saints. Campbell has it. Tough shot on the inside. It's good by Piper. And this game is tied. This is Tate Johnson across the timeline. He'll hand it off to Bassett. Little screen and roll there by Green. Bassett rises up and connects. And the lead right back to Northside. And that's going to... Oh, we might have a technical here. We've already had a technical called on Gary Raber. We do have a technical. That's going to be on Bassett. Bassett just got his first bucket of the half to give Northside the lead, and I don't know what he said, but whatever it was, the officials teed him up. And now Xavier Allen will go to the free throw line. But he rattles out the first one. Well, Xavier Nolan went 0 for 2 from the line after the technical foul on Gary Andrews. And the free throw is good. Dwenger pulls within 1. We've had 2 technical fouls in this game, both of them on Northside. And that last one came right after a made basket by Brayshawn Bassett that had given Northside the lead. I mean, there may be worse times to commit a technical foul, but probably not too many. as Xavier Nolan looks to put it in play. And he does get it in to Preston Ross. Back outside to Allen, rather Nolan. His 3 would not fall, and chased down by Moore. They're going to say off of Dwenger. Northside basketball with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. And now Bronte Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Moore spins around the screen from Green, loses the ball, and it's taken away. Ross came up with a turnover, and here comes Campbell. Campbell will fire a 3. Got it! And the lead to Bishop Dwenger. And that's going to prompt a timeout from Gary Andrews. That's the first timeout he's had to use in this game. Well, we'll take a timeout right along with him. You're watching SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
(37-35), Dwenger leading Northside. Sam Campbell with the 3 to give the Saints the lead moments ago. They've scored the last 4 points, and that was right after Brayshawn Bassett was tagged with a technical foul, right after he made a go-ahead jumper. Pull-up jumper here by Moore is good. Isaiah Moore had been rather quiet in the first half. He's up to 10 points for the game, and that's traveling against C.J. Piper. And the Legends are going to take over. Feed over to Rodney Woods. He'll hand that one off to Moore. Green on the outside, drives down the lane, slipped it off at the last second. Foul is called. They're going to call that in the act of shooting. It looked more like it was in the act of passing, I tell you what. But Green will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Each team has committed 2 fouls in this second half. And that free throw rolls in. The lead right back to Northside. Jordan Green is up to 8 points for the game. And he goes 2 for 2. A 39-37 lead for the Legends. They try to bounce back from what transpired after that technical foul. As Nolan drives inside, fakes the shot, gets it out to Sioka. Sioka was a wide receiver on Bishop Dwenger's football team. I believe he was the leading receiver this past year for Dwenger. Campbell feeds it to the corner. That's Nolan with an open 3, but it's too strong. Jordan Green with the rebound, and here's Woods. Feeds that one over. Moore from the corner. Drains a 3 ball. Isaiah Moore. About as good a look as you could ask for. And Northside is up by 5. Moore has come alive in this second half. Double team comes. They get it to Nolan. Sam Campbell has the look. Shakes off the defender. Tries to split 2 defenders. He gets it out to Piper. High screen set by Sioka. Fake there. Now they get it inside to Piper. Piper one-on-one. Feeds it back out to Allen. It's out of bounds off of Northside. Got 2:37 left to go here in the third quarter. Northside with the 5-point lead. They were up 10 when this game began. Shortly after this game began, that is. But Dwenger fought back to take the lead themselves. That's nearly turned over. Lytle trying to recover, and he's fouled. It's going to be the third team foul against the Legends, and then Lytle will put it in play for Bishop Dwenger. It looked like it almost went off the backboard, but Sioka's able to grab it. And Allen's three is good. Xavier Allen with his fourth triple of the game. And here's Johnson down the lane. They're going to say out off of Dwenger. Well, the baseline official had a pretty good view of it. The sideline official came in and said, no, it's Northside basketball. Johnson gets it into Green. Oh, Johnson was very close to the baseline when he caught that pass. His jumper wouldn't fall. Sioka rips away the board. And here's Allen across the timeline. Check that, it's Campbell, number 20. Not to be confused with Xavier Allen, who's number 10. But he's got the ball in his hands right now. The lob to Sioka. Defender falls down. Sioka scores. No foul called. Officials have let him play on a number of occasions as Green's catch and shoot, or rather Moore's catch and shoot, would not fall. And here's Campbell back the other way. Lytle running the point with 1:30 to go in this third quarter. Lytle's been rather quiet when it comes to scoring. He's been held to just 4 points so far. Allen down the baseline. He kicks it back out to Sioka. Lytle has the look here. He'll fire. No good. And that's chased down by Campbell. Campbell drives inside, tried to feed it off, and he was fouled. And again, they're going to say in the act of shooting, but I thought that was more of a pass than a shot. But Campbell is headed to the line nonetheless, and he can give Dwenger the lead with 1:12 to go in this third quarter. And he does just that. A 1:12 to go in this game. In this third quarter, rather. And Campbell hits them both. 5 points for Sam Campbell. And Dwenger has the lead once again, 44-42. This is Johnson across the timeline. Gets around the screen. Rises up for the jumper. It's short. C.J. Piper rips away the board. He gets it to Allen. I think he wanted to fire that to Sioka on the other side of the court. Sioka's calling for it down low. And now he gets it. Have a tough catch there. Fires out to Campbell, and Campbell's three is short. Ryan Collins with the board. Flips it up ahead to Green, and Green finishes in transition. Jordan Green is now in double figures. He's got 11. They feed it inside to Sioka. He's fouled. Jordan Green going to be tagged for the foul, and Sioka now has a chance with 31.4 on the clock to give Dwenger the lead. But his free throw no good. I'm sure Matt Kostoff is going to like the way his team fought back in this one, but obviously you've still got not only 31.4 seconds left in this quarter, but a whole nother quarter left to go after we're done, and maybe even overtime. Tied at 44 here at Bahia Arena. And Sioka's free throw is no good, but the rebound comes out to Campbell. Campbell able to put it home. Right over the defender, Sam Campbell. And he's up to 7 points for the game. I believe he's got the last 4 points for Bishop Dwenger, but Northside can hold for the final shot of the quarter. We're down to 10 on the clock. Johnson fires a three, a little off balance, wouldn't fall. Piper boards it. Desperation heave from half court, and it's too strong. 46-44. Dwenger with the lead. The fourth quarter comes your way next. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine, Integrated Sports.
46-44, Bishop Dwenger leading Northside. We do have a final from Southside. The Archers defeated Wayne 60-54 earlier tonight, a game that we had on SummitCitySports.com. Ryan Dellinger had the call. The fourth quarter begins. It's been a good one here at Bahia Arena. Back and forth they've gone the last couple of quarters, even though Northside jumped out to that 10-0 lead in the early going. Bassett tried to rip it away, and that's a jump ball going right back to Northside. Now Johnson will bring this one across the timeline. Green waiting to set a screen for him. Now he does. Johnson attacks and couldn't put it home. Holder grabs it, feeds it up the floor to Piper. Piper up and no good. Ripped away by Moore, and he gets fouled. Isaiah Moore is the leading scorer in this game for Northside. He's up to 13 points. That's only the third team foul against the Saints. They've committed 3. The Legends have committed 5. Bassett will hand that one off to Rodney Woods. He's looking to give it to Johnson. And now gets it to Green instead. Johnson trying to chase it down, and it's out of bounds. Dwenger takes over. They're up by 2, and critical turnover there by the Legends. Both Johnson and Green went for the loose ball. And the Saints will put it in play, as that is Xavier Allen, who's had a big night from beyond the arc. He's hit 4 threes in the game. He's got a grand total of 15 points. Here's Brendan Lytle. Lytle's been surprisingly quiet tonight, just 4 points in the game. Every now and then a great athlete gets it going in the fourth quarter. We'll see if that's what happens here. Piper has it poked away into the hands of Green. I think it was Johnson. Check that, Bassett, who created the turnover. And a foul call in transition. They call the foul on Sam Campbell. And that's going to be the 4th team foul against the Saints. So we inch closer and closer to these teams getting into the bonus. Bassett able to corral it. And he's fouled. The basket will count. Brayshawn Bassett with a chance to complete the three-point play. They call that foul on Preston Ross. And that's the 5th team foul against the Saints. So each team is 2 fouls away from getting into the double bonus, and Bassett has given Northside the lead. A little full-court pressure. They've used this a lot, Northside has. Piper, tough pass, stolen away. That's Moore. A little behind-the-back dribble. Moore gets inside, finds Green, make that Woods, and here's Bassett for 3, and it's good. Brayshawn Bassett from downtown. And he's starting to heat it up late in the game. 15 points for Bassett. A 3 from the corner by Allen, no good. Knocked out of bounds, Northside ball. Xavier Nolan will check into the game. Tate Johnson will bring this one across the timeline, and Dwenger looks like they're going to be in the 2-3 zone here, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe so. A little step-back jumper here by Woods. It rattles home, and that's a 2 for Rodney Woods. Northside has held Dwenger scoreless so far in this fourth quarter. They're on an 8-0 run, but that run slows down right now. Sam Campbell from the corner. And that was a 3 by Campbell, so we got a 3-point game. Campbell's up to 10 points. Becomes the second Dwenger Saint to get to double figures in this one. Cross-court pass for Woods. And we are coming up on 5 minutes to play as Bassett drives toward the basket. His shot off the top edge of the backboard, and a foul called after the rebound. Green grabbed the board. We'll see who they get for the foul. I think they got Nolan. They did indeed. Xavier Nolan with his third foul of the game, and that's another player who's in foul trouble for the Saints. 6-team foul against Dwenger. Northside has outscored Dwenger 8-3 so far in this fourth quarter. Off the hands of Bassett into the backcourt. Was it touched by Nolan? No, they're going to call it over and back. Bassett did not like that call. It was close. Nolan almost touched the ball. And Gary Andrews, I think, is pleading just that. Not that he almost touched the ball. He's probably pleading that he did touch the ball. But the official is not going to buy it. Now, we've already had 2 technical fouls in this game. They've both been on Northside. Gary Andrews and Brayshawn Bassett were tagged with those technicals. Nolan gets inside, leaning in, and it's blocked. They zip it up the floor for Isaiah Moore, and he finishes in transition. Isaiah Moore at the rim. They lob it inside for Ross. That 3 ball by Allen was no good, and Moore got tripped up in transition. I think they're going to call that one on Campbell.
Foul number 20.
And they do indeed. That's the 7th team foul against Dwenger. So that will put the Legends at the line for 1-1. Isaiah Moore headed to the free throw line, but first we've got a timeout. It's a full timeout, and we'll take one right along with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Welcome back. We are in the fourth quarter. Northside leading Bishop Dwenger 54-49. And we've got 4:26 to go in regulation. The JV game between these two schools took place not too long before this one went into overtime. Can't help but wonder if we might be headed that same direction for this varsity game. Isaiah Moore is at the free throw line. This is 1-1. And he rattles home his first one. Isaiah Moore has been having a nice night, 16 points for the game. Moore is the only senior starter on this Northside team, as Owen Shively, who seems to have gotten a good long rest, checks back into the game for the Saints. Moore goes 2 for 2. Give him 17 points for the game and a 7-point lead for the Legends. Lytle trying to go to work. He gets a screen from Shively. Kicks it to the corner for Campbell. Campbell with a no-look pass. Recovered by Allen. His step-back 3 comes up short. Woods the rebound, lofts it up the floor. Moore has it. Gets to the rim, no good. Tipped in by Johnson. The freshman Johnson, Johnny on the spot. And now he's in double figures. He's up to 11 for the game. Wide open is Xavier Allen. His 3 no good. And a foul called on the rebound. That's going against Northside. They're going to call that foul on Tate Johnson. That's his second foul. 6-team foul against Northside. They're going to say it was not in the act of shooting, but the next foul would put Dwenger in the bonus. Campbell fires it. Lytle for 3. Got it! Huge 3 for the senior guard. Lytle not only a guard on the basketball court, he's a multi-sport athlete. Made quite a bit of infield during the baseball season. He was a quarterback during football season. It's part of their state championship run that Bishop Dwenger had back in 2018. Johnson puts it in off the window. Cross-court pass to Lytle. Lytle using the baseline. Well defended, but his second chance bucket goes. Comes with about 3 minutes to go. Lytle with back-to-back buckets, and now we're going to get a foul off the inbound. Might be calling this one on Campbell. I don't know. Oh, no, that's on Lytle. And I believe that's Lytle's fourth. It is indeed. Just got confirmation from the PA announcer. So he's one away from fouling out, and with 2:58 to go in the game, well, you're in a precarious position if you want to take him out at this point. This is Tate Johnson at the free throw line. His first one is good. And Tate goes 1 for 2 on that trip as Xavier Nolan comes down with the rebound. But Johnson is up to 14 points for the game. Campbell looking to use the baseline. He gets away from Green. Lytle fakes the shot, now fires a three. No good. I think he was trying to draw a foul as well. But here's Johnson down the other end of the floor. Couldn't put it in. Knocked out of bounds, Dwenger ball. And Brendan Lytle was just trying to avoid committing his fifth foul. He did so, and his Saints end up getting the ball back when all's said and done. And they can make this a two-possession game. We've got 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Here's Campbell, feeds that one over to Nolan. Lytle goes away from the screen. Little shot fake. Allen for three, no good. Trying to draw the foul, but the official did not call it. Woods down the lane, and it's ripped away. Poked out from behind by Moore. And Bassett couldn't finish. Tipped up, no good. Out of bounds. North side ball, I believe. I think they just said white ball, and now we got a timeout called by Gary Andrews. 61-54, Northside with the lead. And we'll be right back after this break. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
61-54, Northside leading Bishop Dwenger in what has been a very chippy back-and-forth game that's featured 2 technical fouls, both committed by Northside, but they've got the 7-point lead at this point. Inbound goes to Tate Johnson, and he walked. Shuffled the left foot. And the Dwenger fans are saying that Tate needs to be called for a technical foul. Brayshawn Bassett was there to calm him down, saying, hey, don't make things worse than they already are. Three from the corner for Campbell, and he drains it. Big-time three by Sam Campbell. We got a ball game here at Bahia Arena. Johnson gets it to Moore. Green puts it up and in. A little friendly roll for Jordan Green, and he's up to 13 points for the game. Lytle slows it down, feeds it back out. Shively able to knock down a three, make it a one-score game. Dwenger is not going away. That's Owen Shively's first bucket of the game. 1:23 left to go. Legends get it across the timeline, and I think that's a timeout called by Coach Andrews. He's trying to avoid having his players step out of bounds. Let's take a look at one of our more recent replays brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was the 3 moments ago that made this a one-score game. A little catch and shoot there by Campbell, and he's able to knock it down. Actually made this a 4-point game, but Sam Campbell with a huge 3 there. And then right back on the other end, that's Jordan Green, who was just barely able to finish. Nice little friendly shooter's roll. Then how about the effort by Shively? His first bucket of the game, he nails a triple. It's 3 replays in one, all in such a short period of time there, but it all culminates in this being a 63-60 game with 1:17 to go. Here's Johnson, and that's a blocking foul. And Sam Campbell is grabbing his knee, or he was. They're able to help him to the floor, and it looks like Campbell, well, he's not 100%. He is definitely not 100%. He's trying to walk that knee off. Hopefully this isn't serious. Meanwhile, Johnson at the free throw line for the Legends, and he connects on the first one. Tate Johnson up to 15 points for the game. Freshman phenom averaging over 17 points a game. And he goes 2 for 2. A 5-point lead for the Legends. The Saints have committed 9 fouls. Next one will put the Legends at the line for double bonus. And remember, Brendan Lytle is playing with 5 fouls. Campbell left it short. Woods able to grab the rebound, and he's fouled. And that'll put Rodney Woods at the line to shoot the double bonus.
Foul number 32, his second, team's 10.
57.6 left to go. That's Owen Shively who commits the foul. And they'll come back to the other end as Woods heads to the free throw line. First free throw is good by Woods. And Woods able to go 2 for 2. He's up to 6 points for the game. Drive to the basket by Nolan, and he got fouled. Was that in the act of shooting? Well, if it wasn't, it'll still be 1-1. That's the 7th team foul against Northside. Well, Brendan Lytle has gone to the bench. He's got 4 fouls. He hasn't quite fouled out yet. Nolan able to hit the first free throw. That last foul, by the way, was on Tate Johnson. It's his 3rd. And that comes with 53 seconds to play. And a couple of huge free throws there by Nolan. We got a 5-point game. If Dwenger can get another stop here, perhaps even force a 10-second violation. They don't. Woods gets it across the timeline. Little zip pass off the hands of Green. Dwenger gets it back. With 41.9 to go, they can make this a 1-score game. And Matt Kostoff will send some subs back in. That's Owen Shively and Brendan Lytle who are in the game. And I would not be surprised if they look to Lytle here, or if they look to Xavier Allen. He's been knocking them down from beyond the arc. Allen has 4 threes in this game. Nolan waited a little bit before he grabbed the ball. Now he gets it to Shively. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Northside ball. Two Saints will enter the game. That's Piper and Holder checking in. And with 35.6 to go, it will be Northside basketball, up by 5. Saints bring some pressure. They get it into Bassett. Bassett able to split the defenders. He got fouled. He got the ball up the floor to Tate Johnson. And Bassett will head to the line. This will be double bonus. That's the 11th foul total against the Saints. And Bassett able to knock down the first free throw. Northside trying to even their overall record at 9-9. Excuse me, Bassett has 16 points for the game, make it 17. He goes 2 for 2. And now the Saints will get this one across the timeline. Here's Nolan. Hands it off to Allen. Allen fakes the shot. Good closeout by Bassett. And they're going to call Allen for the travel. 23.5 to go, and Northside might just be about to close it out here. Green gets that one into Bassett. Bassett almost got hacked. And there's a foul called on Nolan. Check that, Allen, number 10.
Foul number 10, his third.
So Brayshawn Bassett will go to the free throw line to add to his already impressive point total for this game. He's up to 17 points. And his free throw rims out. $18.9 to go in the game, as it looks as though Northside will probably close this one out with a victory. Lytle gets inside, puts up the floater, and it's blocked. They lob it up the floor to Moore, and he is going to finish this one at the rim. He adds to his impressive night. Little exclamation point by Isaiah Moore, and right back on the other end, right at the buzzer, Xavier Allen hits the three, but it's going to be too little too late. Allen will finish this game with 5 threes, but Northside will finish this game as the winner. The Northside Legends, tested by the Bishop Dwenger Saints. They built a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. The Saints made it interesting, actually came back and took the lead, but Northside holds on in the end to win it by a final score of 72-65. We'll go ahead and read off the final statistics for you. Isaiah Moore is your leading scorer with 19 points. Brayshawn Bassett not far behind him with 18. Tate Johnson with 16. Jordan Green with 13. Leading scorer for the Saints was Xavier Allen with 18. Sam Campbell with 13. Brendan Lytle with 9. Xavier Nolan with 6. Preston Ross and Rocco Sioka with 5 apiece. C.J. Piper with 4. Owen Shively with 3. And Bo Jackway with 2. And your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game is going to be Isaiah Moore, the senior guard. Led the Legends in scoring tonight with 19 points. Isaiah Moore is your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And that's going to do it from here at Bahia Arena. Northside wins it 72-65 over Dwenger. They go to 9-9 on the season. For my cameraman, Caleb Roth, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Bahia Arena. You've been watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.